Yo YouTube, what's up? I'm Tim. This is kashkellyandac Sports Report. Remember to go on our channel and watch the main video. That gives you all the information about our live video on Friday, where it's going to be, and the numbers you have to call in and how everything works. Just check that out. A lot of people now have asked me, who I think the NBA wants to see in the playoff or in the NBA Finals, and I mean that's a good question. A lot of people think the NBA's rigged. I don't feel that way. I mean, would it surprise me? Yeah, I guess it would a little bit, but if you're asking me which out of the major four sports is most likely, I would say the NBA. Now, I have a feeling on that, who the NBA wants to have in the playoffs, and I have a feeling about who in the NBA Finals, and I have a feeling on who I want to see in the NBA Finals, and I gotta tell you, it's not that much different. Now, I want to see the Sixers make the NBA Finals. I'm a Sixers fan, but we all know good and well that there is absolutely no chance of that happening. So let's get that part out of the way. Teams I don't want to see in the NBA Finals, there's one, and it's the Boston Celtics. I cannot stand the Celtics. I hate that team. I'm not a Celtics fan, which is one of the reasons why I'm not a Lakers hater. I might say Kobe's overrated, but I like the Lakers in a lot of senses. I would say they're not my Western Conference team. I'm not one of the type of people that has two teams. I have one team, but I root for them over a lot of teams. Let's just go with that. Now here's my thoughts on who the NBA wants to see. Now I want, and it's similar to me, so I'll cut to that too. I think the NBA wants to see a few things. I was talking with some friends the other day, and they said they want to see Celtics-Lakers again, or Bulls-Lakers, one of those two, because they're both huge media markets. You're talking Chicago, you're talking Boston, and they're both playing LA. I mean, there's no question in my mind, A, I want to see the Lakers out of the Western Conference, and B, the NBA does. People are saying the Thunder, the Thunder are still in Oklahoma City. There's no doubting that, and they're fun to watch, and I think if they can keep Kendrick Perkins and add like one more big piece, they can beat the Lakers next season. I just don't see that happening this year. And again, I mean, the Lakers got to get by the Hornets right now, let alone go to the NBA Finals and potentially win it. So, I mean, there are questions for sure. But for me, when it comes down to it, I think the Lakers, I want to see them out of the West, because I like seeing the bigger market teams play when my team's not in it. And B, I want to see, I think that's good for the West. For the Eastern Conference, I do not think the NBA's A option is the Celtics or the Bulls. Here's why. The Bulls have Derrick Rose, and he's a huge star. Their number 2 most popular player, I would say, is Carlos Boozer. He's a name, but to an average a casual fan that watches in the NBA Finals, he's not a big enough name. And Chicago's a very big media market, but I'm not sure it's big enough that outweighs a few other things. So I'm going to take out the Bulls. For the Celtics, we've seen this 2 out of the last 3 years. We know how this story goes. Each team got one title, that's good and well. The Celtics have a lot of star power, but I just do not think they have what it takes. They're getting beat up by the Knicks right now, and not by beat up, I mean, I know they're winning the games, but they're having, that's almost like an Eastern Conference Finals type series. I mean, they have to play at that level right now to be winning games. And for my money, if you're having to play like that in the first round, you're gonna get tired. And I just don't see them doing that. I don't see them having enough juice in the tank to make a run. So I'm gonna take out the Celtics. And I quite frankly don't want to see the Celtics. I think that's probably the NBA's number 2 option, because Lakers Celtics will get ratings no matter what. The number 1 option for me and the number 1 option for the NBA is the Miami Heat versus the LA Lakers. Kobe versus LeBron, all the big names, Wade, Bosh, if you go to the Lakers, Bynum, Gasol, Kobe Bryant, the names go on. I think that is probably what the NBA wants to see. It's for sure what I want to see. I've been waiting my whole life to get a legit NBA Finals. Last year was tremendous, but there haven't been a ton of great series in my lifetime. And, I'm too young to remember Michael Jordan's series. For me, I think the biggest thing right now is, I think the Heat can really make a run. And if you ask me today who I think is going to be in the NBA Finals from the East, it is the Miami Heat. For a few reasons. I think, as I said, the Celtics just don't have enough gas in the tank. For the Bulls, I think it's become the Derrick Rose show, and he's a tremendous, great player. I think people overrate him when they say he's better than LeBron, Kobe, Durant, but he's a top 10 player in the NBA for sure, and whether or not I agree, he will win the MVP award. But it's become the Derrick Rose show only. I mean, I saw the first game of the Pacers, and I heard the second game is very similar. They're just clearing out the lane and letting Derrick Rose do his job, and that's great. But I think it would be better for the NBA to see a little more of a balanced thing. And I mean, I think the Bulls on paper are a more balanced team, but they're just not playing like it right now. I want to see LeBron versus Kobe, because the people that say Kobe's a better player, and in my opinion, LeBron's a better player. But people that say that, LeBron wins the MVPs, but Kobe wins the rings, and that's what sports is about. And I agree with that. I mean, as a player, as a fan of a team, I would rather see my best player win a championship for me than win the regular season MVP. Like, I'd trade in Roy Halladay's Cy Young last year to get an MVP, or World Series MVP and a championship. But I think what you have to look at is the bottom line. We're not talking as fans of either of these teams here in most cases. I'm talking as an observer of both teams, and what I want to see is I want to see LeBron James get one ring. Not because I like LeBron more, but I want to see what the argument is after LeBron gets one ring. I want to see if it changes at all from the Kobe, LeBron will never win a ring, that makes Kobe better. Just one ring put him in the discussion for you, those of you who like Kobe more. I mean, I don't know. I mean, for me, if you're talking better individual player, it's LeBron, no question. But if you're asking me who I want closing Game 7 of the NBA Finals, it's Kobe Bryant. I think LeBron James' struggles in the playoffs have been highly overrated. The bottom line, he played on a Cleveland Cavaliers team where he was asked to go out there and drop 40 points a game because no one else, cough cough, Mo Williams, showed up in the playoffs. So I think with this team he has here now, not all the pressure's on him. He's not a closer. I mean, LeBron James, I think we've come to that conclusion, is not a closer. But the bottom line, I want to see this team win this. I want to see the Heat. I want to see them play the Lakers. I think that would be the best finals for the NBA. I will sit down and I will watch every game of that. I will report on every game of that. Any other championship, I'll give you a preview and I'll give you so-and-so won the NBA Finals. That's really how I feel. I feel that the NBA needs to have this happen. And the one thing I don't want to hear if LeBron does win it is, oh my God, well, LeBron had Wade and Bosh. Kobe did it no, Kobe did not do it by himself. And I'm not hating on Kobe, but even last year he had Gasol, who's probably one of the better power forwards in the league. Probably the best, actually. And he had Lamar Odom, Ron Artest, who, whether you like him or hate him, he's a tremendous defender. He's been pretty good in the playoffs. I like Ron Artest personally. And I think he had Bynum. I mean, he's got the height on the boards. He didn't even play that great in the NBA Finals last year, especially Game 7. He had off shooting nights, and he got it done on the boards. And I respect Kobe a lot. But I want to see if the argument changes for LeBron and Kobe if LeBron gets a ring. That's my point. I want to see what you guys think. Leave it in the comments box. Remember, check out our live show Friday. I am Tim. I will see you later.